Oh, wow. It's working. I think it's working. I have a hard time with my hat and my headphones. My hat's not even on right. I'm trying to get it to work. If I look down, will my hat fall off? Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. It's the Hell of Man podcast. I'm just fucking around now. I got my new podcasting microphone boom arm on its way. It's coming. It's in the mail. The guy from Amazon or gal. I don't want to presume the gender of whoever's coming. But they're coming. This hat looks terrible. Sideways. My hair looks great. The mirror effect of the camera is really helping. Fuck. Okay, I'm just going to put the head over here. All right. Let's talk. That's it. That's all I got. Okay. Now, I'm fucking around with the OBS, which is the program. I feel I can fuck around generously as my first stream because I saw half of Joe Rogan's first stream. I couldn't make it through the whole thing because fuck, it was boring after a while. It was boring the whole time, but he was just trying out his gear. Let's try to move through this. Yes, see? So first off, you'll see some black boxes. This is my web browser. I got the program that will show my web browser. I'm probably just going to do this a little bit and then go back and see if this is actually working. I think it's working. I don't know why anyone would be watching this here. No one's in the chat. I can enter a message in the chat. Here, I'm going to try testes in the chat. Oh, it works. Okay, so I really do think I'm live. I'll go back and see if the audio sounds good. I think it sounds good. It looks like it's picking up. I'm hearing the sounds through the board, not through the streaming software. In theory, the streaming software is exactly what I'm hearing. It's just a question of volumes. But the mix and everything should be great. I'll have to try out playing YouTube videos, see if that works. I'm not going to play a YouTube video at this point, but I did do a little research on the Joe Rogan first podcast. It's kind of gone. Oh, I can breathe into the mic. I know it's supposed to be over here. I'm not supposed to be eating the mic. How's the audio? Let's go home. It could be better. I'm going to boost it up. Okay, then I'm not going to do that. Let's try to keep this under 3 more minutes because I can't handle this shit. All right, so this is my web browser over here. You see my black box. I actually made a plugin for Chrome-based browsers. I don't technically use Chrome. I use Brave, which is based on Chrome. I generally try to stay away from Google products as much as I can because Google makes... Let me even out my stash. Is that even? No. Google's main point of money is to just learn all the fucking shit you do and sell that, which makes me not want to use their technology for my phone, my web browser, anything like that. I do happen to have a Google speaker over there on my Google Home, so Google knows I'm saying this right now. Forget the fact that I'm streaming on YouTube, which is Google. I'm literally calling Google right now to say this, so I know you know this, but that doesn't mean that I can't share it with everyone else. Who is you? The nobody who's watching this. Anyway, I made a plugin that works for Chrome and Chromium-based web browsers like Brave. that lets you pick words you don't want to hear or see, obviously not hear, and it will cover them like it was redacted from a government document. So you can see over here lessons from episode 1 of the Redacted Experience podcast. I loaded it up with a bunch of sensational words like Donald Trump, Joe Biden, conservative, progressive, words that maybe people were tired of seeing. And you can control all that. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to see how far in life you could go if your mood generally improved by not seeing certain, I'm not going to say triggering because fuck that word, but words that are generally just going to get a rise out of you without even having to say, like sex. You know, people who've had sex generally enjoy when like the topic comes up. They have happy memories and they go to a happy place, or not. But you know, saying sex is going to get your attention more than if I say potato. So I thought I would make a list of words that might get your attention in a overtly political way. And Joe Rogan, at the time I made this app, was the king of everyone on the left hating him because he was, I guess, not doing things people on the left like. So it was, I know this because my sister-in-law canceled her Spotify account and wouldn't even listen to the free Spotify account because they allowed Joe Rogan to podcast on their platform. Therefore, we had to listen to shit music on the sailboat because there was no Spotify allowed, not if Joe Rogan was allowed. So I learned that. So anywho, I'm rambling on as I am good at to pad this out. Lots of testing. Here we go. It's the Joe Rogan's first podcast. I can't find the video. Now, granted, I didn't look more than a couple minutes, but I can't find it anymore. But this is really, you know, he started with his buddy. I don't know much about it. I'm not going to read this. It looks like, yeah, see, it existed at some point. JoeRogan.net. What was it, 2 hours, 2 minutes, 14 seconds? Ow, these fucking microphones are heavy. I bought a used microphone from Guitar Center. It's not working. I'm pretty unhappy about that. Gonna have to see if I can get my other microphone working. Anyway, so like I said, I'm giving myself permission to fuck around with the audio. I got my buttons.
I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
Yes. And let's see. So I think this is a podcasting site, and they're just like, hey, look, Joe Rogan started a podcast. He just went for it. And he's exactly like you. He's got all the feelings that you feel. So you should have a podcast because he just went for it twice. Great. So they actually pasted the article in here. Let's see if they pasted it. More than final thoughts. Final thoughts. Okay, it looks like they only pasted it in here twice. Good job, guys. But they're just trying to show you. You know, if Joe Rogan can become the most successful podcaster ever, so can you, because Joe Rogan wasn't always famous at podcasting, and neither are you. So you might as well pay them. Pay the platformpodcasting.com some money so that you can be the next Joe Rogan and make it your own $100 million or more. But you know, I only get like half of that after taxes. You know, he's probably only worth $100 million as it is. You know, a couple of years on that stuff. You know, I know he made money. He wasn't. It's interesting to hear, you know, I saw he was on that TV show. Was it News Radio? I'm not sure. I don't think I saw it, but he was an actor on it. I know he did stand-up. I know he did mixed martial arts stuff. I know he did lots of stuff. So when he started his podcast, he had what they call fans. And I don't have that yet. I mean, I've got a bunch. I don't want to sound like I don't have fans, because I got a shitload of views on this podcast. I got the dashboard for the downloads, and I can tell, generally speaking, which ones don't get people even listening to them. Like that Blink-182 one. It's funny. I did a review of the album, but I only did half the album. I'm like, well, let me come back the next day and do the rest of the album. And I didn't do that, and then I did a different podcast. And then I'm like, well, I guess still got to go back to it. And I still haven't listened to the second half of the Blink-182 album. And it's been, 4 months? And I still haven't listened to the second half. But I looked at it a couple days ago at the stats for the site, and that particular podcast has really dropped off on listeners. So it's fun. I've got enough listeners, enough people playing my podcast to actually get some trending data on what's a winner and what's a stinker. And apparently Blink-182 is a stinker for my fans. So now I have to decide if I'm going to come back and stick up my middle finger to the fans or not. Probably not. I shouldn't do that to you. Hold on, look at you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that. It's the punk rocker in me. I'm a fucker. But it is what it is. I'm going to not finish the Blink-182 podcast. I guess that frees me up to listen to it without recording it. But you have spoken, and I will let it go. Is this enough? Is this enough footage, you think? I can get full screen. Let's try this out. Yes. Oh, the camera's the perfect height to obscure my pupils behind my glasses. All right, that's my sweet baby. This is my other sweet baby. My my heavy metal ukulele. My cheap ass acoustic. The nice ones upstairs. The Richie Sambora acoustic. And my high quality fake Stradivarius. There's a piece of paper in the violin. Right in the F hole. You guys know what the F hole is, right? Right there in the F hole. That one. Oh, it's so hard in the mirror. That one. It's a nice fake Stradivarius. I thought my life had changed when I saw it. And it didn't. My life changed. That is. It's worth more than nothing, but it's not worth $7 million. So somewhere between nothing and $7 million is the actual value of that violin. Okay, is that it? All right, motherfuckers. Thank you for tuning in. Suck my balls. Your stream will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. Oh, shit. Is that what happens when you click the stop stream button? It stops the stream. Well, fuck.